one thing a lot of people didn't realize that I was looking at recently was the whole Weinstein situation. If you notice, this is a Weinstein company after party, and it was held in London with Oprah and Naomi Campbell like hosting and everything else. And we had Bradley Cooper, uh, Leonardo DiCaprio, a lot of people in the building. But one person that really stood out to me, and I always thought this was someone else. I didn't know that this was actually Rita Ora. And if anybody knows what Rita Ora is, that's the artist that was actually supposed to replace Rihanna at a certain point when the whole Chris Brown situation was going on. And Jay-Z didn't like that whole situation, and he had a lot to say about Chris Brown and his whole situation and his whole background and the actions he had. That was even during the time where Kanye was supportive of Chris Brown and had to actually um go be at odds with Jay-Z. Not, he wasn't like arguing, but I know they had differences on supporting. You got to realize Jay-Z wasn't supporting Chris Brown. He's going out his way not to support him. And Kanye was still supporting and supportive of him and a huge fan of him and friend. And around this time, Jay-Z was just now starting to possibly have his first child and everything else when Chris Brown was making his comeback. Um, but one thing I realized was the Rita Ora situation. Around that time, Jay-Z brought in Rita Ora. A lot of people were saying that he was jealous of Rihanna dating Chris Brown, and this is all allegedly, but they were saying that Rita Ora was going to be a replacement, and I didn't realize at first, but I was like, whoa, she did resemble Rihanna when they had first brought her on, and only thing about her was she was a London, I think she was from London or somewhere, and her whole personality and everything was a lot different, but had the same type of vibe. And basically, Jay Z was letting everybody know at that point, hey, I'm making stars over here. If it's a star, I can make it. And she ran into that category. But as far as this picture right here, um, and this after party was in 2014. So this is around the time where she's kind of starting to distance herself from the Jay-Z situation a little bit. Rita Ora and Rock Nation, she really wasn't really putting out much music around this time. It was starting to stalemate and stagnate. I think 2 years later she got dropped after this from the record company, or she left, or they had some kind of odds they were in. But I don't know what the relationship with her and Oprah was around that time, but I'm pretty sure Oprah knew that, hey, this is because Rita Ora is like the only current uh musician or person that was in this party that was around even her age, or I would say even in the industry as far as the music industry around this time. And she's Jay-Z's artist around this time. You know that? So I know she's from London, but what is her and Oprah's relationship? Like, why is Oprah and her so dolled up and hugged up together? Like, it's just like they're besties. And did Oprah have a relationship with Jay-Z's artist, or was this business, or I don't know. It was an after party, so who knows? And they have a lot of other celebrities that's noticeable in these pictures. Uh, just I don't know. It's kind of the it crowd. A lot of touchy feelies in these pictures, but yeah, just the it crowd really. Nobody you would actually look at and be like, oh, okay, well, Rita Ora's in there. Look who it is. So it's not really a lot of people that you can actually kind of recognize if you don't know them. But it just kind of shows like what kind of parties was she actually in, and why was this the case, and what was the relationship about everything, and was she there to meet Harvey Weinstein or have some kind of business kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it was a business transactions or allegedly, or anything going on, or was she trying to make a pitch as far as for a movie or a role, something? Because I know not too. When did the Butler come out? I think the Butler came out either shortly after this or right before that. And ever since then, things had got rocky for Harvey Weinstein and Oprah. But Weinstein was basically still a savage around this time. So my thing is, what I wanted to know is, why is this whole situation not really on the forefront? And what was her relationship? Why was she there? Because later on, we know that Oprah came out and said, "Hey, man, Weinstein was bullying on phone calls and everything else." I don't know what bullying means when it comes to phone calls, and in his case, because we know he was doing a lot of other things as far as physically. And she was saying, "Was I friendly with Harvey?" Yes, I was friendly with Harvey. I was in relationship. I was in association with Harvey for the Butler movie, which came out in 2013. So it was before that picture. Yes, but of course I didn't know any of this was going on. Yeah, so it's a lot of different situations going on, but with Oprah, she fell into a lot of different things. And it definitely became a weird situation. Definitely became a weird. And Rita Ora even said to herself, "Hey, I fear for my career." And she said that she was scared for her career and for her life and everything else, as far as after she stopped dealing with Rock Nation and Jayz's record label, which stopped her making music for 5 years. She went through a difficult time around that time and couldn't really bounce back, didn't know what to do. But it was kind of weird that Weinstein and all these people even have a relationship, or they was around her during this time, because I want to say a couple of years after that party she was at, 2 years later, she was off the Jay-Z's record label. Then they got in the court battles, legal battles, as you can see right now. But it was a tough situation. But I always wondered what their relationship is, and did she have any interactions with it. But it's kind of weird that you can look at certain things and put the dots together. They can literally say, "Hey, man, what was Jay-Z's artist dealings with Harvey Weinstein around this time? Why was Oprah around?" But we can see in the future. But I'm just putting that out there because this is very big news. A lot of people don't really look into, but eventually, I'm gonna have to transition to another platform, because just a lot of this news I'm putting out is certain stuff they are pushing and certain stuff they're not okay with right now, and this is one of the things they're not okay with.